What is the first car that most people think of buying if they were to suddenly win the lottery? We think it's likely you might say a Porsche. Who could resist the speed, the style, the luxury of the Porsche? Ferdinand Porsche founded the company back in 1931, along with partners Adolf Rosenberger and Anton Peach at the headquarters in Stuttgart, Germany. Not only did they produce the Porsche, but believe it or not, they also produced an array of tractors, which is a bit of a contrast. But fear not, you won't see the likes of Microsoft founder Bill Gates driving a tractor. He prefers to stick to the Porsche 911 convertible and a Porsche 930 turbo, which is why it helps to have plenty of money if you want to get your hands on the stylish luxury of the Porsche. Sports cars have been Porsche's bread and butter for many years, with many successes on the racetrack, and with the road legal cars they produced. In fact, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between the two. So on the off chance that you have won the lottery, and you're not too sure what to spend your money on, take a look at our countdown of the 10 most valuable Porsches. In the countdown, we will take a closer look at the beautiful designs, crazy speeds and huge costs, until we reveal the number 1 most valuable Porsche. If you love your racing cars and motorsports, hold on tight, we have a real treat for you. Remember to like this video and subscribe to Passion for Fuel to see plenty more high-octane videos like this one. But for now, let's look at the 10 most valuable Porsches. First up at number 10 is the Porsche 91730, CanAm Spyder 1973. This road racing car is the most powerful of its kind ever built. It has a twin-turbo 12-cylinder engine with an estimated 1,200 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. This variant of the 917 was capable of a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 2.3 seconds. The 91730 dominated the CanAm series during the 1973 season. It was also the only championship-winning car in the CanAm not to be powered by Chevrolet. This variant was the final official iteration of the 917 and the most powerful sports car to have ever existed, with only 6 samples ever built. In the iconic blue, yellow and red Sunoco livery, it sold at auction for the grand sum of $4,400,000. At number 9 we have the 1979 Porsche 935. This model was one of the most successful endurance racing cars of its era. The 2-door coupe with a 3-litre 6-cylinder twin-turbocharged rear engine and rear-wheel drive. At Le Mans of 1979, it finished first in class and second overall, which is a stunning result for a debuting car. The Paul Newman model, driven by Rolf Stommelen, came in second place. Each race during the 70s had at least 5 Porsche 935 entries, and of the 370 races it was entered in, it won 123 of them. Not a bad track record. This little beauty sold at auction for $4,840,000. Next, at number 8, we have the 1957 Porsche 550 Spyder. The Porsche 550 series was produced between 1953 to 1956. In that time, only 90 models were produced, but it quickly dominated the racing circuit. The mid-engine, 2-door, 5-speed car is powered by a 1.5-litre, naturally aspirated air-cooled 4-cylinder boxer engine. The 550 was very low to the ground in order to be efficient for racing. In fact, it was so low that in 1954, the German Formula One racing driver Hans Hermann was able to drive it under closed railroad crossing gates. This sleek silver racing machine comes in at a cost of $4,900,000. At number 7, we have the 1960 Porsche 718 RS60 Works. If the names Sterling Moss or Graham Hill mean anything to you, then you understand just part of the reason this 718 RS60 is so sought after. The other part is that this is only one of 4 Works RS60s, and it's unlikely any of the others will be up for sale in our lifetimes, as they all reside in the Porsche Museum, JSL Motorsports Collection, and the Miles Collier collections, all highly regarded collections in their own right. Of the 1950s Spyders, it has the most advanced engine, a stiffer and a more refined chassis, longer wheelbase, uprated brakes, a wider cockpit, and independent wishbone rear suspension. For the archive collector, it represents a car that offers a superior driving dynamic and is considerably more comfortable to pilot for taller drivers. This speedy little number sold for $5,120,000. We're just about to reach the halfway mark on our list, but before we do, let's take a look at our second Porsche 550 Spyder. Taking the number 6 spot is the 1955 Porsche 550 Spyder. Jerry Seinfeld is the most famous Porsche collector out there, and this 1955 Porsche 550 Spyder sold from his collection in 2016. This motor was beautifully preserved, and best of all, unrestored, which is what gave it a very special price tag. Its flat 4-cylinder engine, with 2 Solex carburetors, has under 11,000 miles on the odometer. Unfortunately, one story that sticks in a lot of people's minds with the 550 is that of James Dean's death. After purchasing his brand new 1955 Porsche Spyder on September 21st, 9 days later, while travelling on the Charlemagne Junction, California, the car crashed, which sadly resulted in Dean's death. This doesn't seem to have put off the collectors of these amazing machines. This one sold for the incredible price of $5,335,000. We're halfway through our list now, so just a reminder to like this video if you're enjoying it, and remember to subscribe to Passion for Fuel to get more of the latest videos on cars straight to your inbox. But now, on with the Porsche list. At number 5, it's the 1998 Porsche 911 GT1 Straßen version. This has got to be one of Porsche's most spectacular street cars. When Porsche built 20 special homologation vehicles for the GTI class, it also created 20 street-legal race monsters. Not only is the GTI Straßen version powered by a 996-based water-cooled twin-turbocharged engine producing 600 horsepower, but it's exquisitely beautiful as well. This model is capable of 194 miles per hour and 3.6 second 0 to 60 sprints. The 911 GTI is a racing car turned for road use, not vice versa. All you Porsche connoisseurs out there can bask in its brilliant design or indulge in its rapturous performance, which all comes for the price of $5,665,000. Next up at number 4 is the 1972 Porsche 91710 Spyder. It's no surprise to see another Spyder. This speedy little number is a true icon for automotive racing history, and is perhaps the world's most recognised Porsche 917. It first made its debut at Mosport 72 CanAm, driven by racing legend Mark Donohue. Powered by a 5.4-litre twin-turbo 12-cylinder engine, and capable of making over 1,150 horsepower, 0 to 100 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds, we can definitely see why this is one of the most significant race cars ever built. The price tag on this one is $5,830,000. At number 3 is the 1985 Porsche 959 Paris-Dakar. Probably the most recognisable Porsche in the world for Generation X's and younger, the 959 was developed as a Group B rally car, just in time for Group B to be retired in the World Rally Championship. 3 factory-worked cars entered the 1985 Paris-Dakar Rally. On the road, the F1-derived twin-turbocharged flat-6 engine-powered 959 was a legitimate supercar, but in its rally spec form with the Rothmans livery, it's a motorsport icon. This rally racer sold for $5,945,000. Down to the top 2 now, and at number 2 we have the 1956 Porsche 550 Rennsport Spyder. Yes, another version of the fantastic 550 Spyder. This model is obviously popular with the Porsche collectors. The 550 is lightweight, balanced, and powered by an air-cooled, horizontally opposed 4-cylinder engine, making 110 horsepower from its modest 1.5 litres of displacement. The 550 Rennsport Spyder was built for racing from 1953 until 1956. As working race cars, they rarely escaped keeping all of their original parts. However, chassis 5500090 never competed, and its originality earned it a price tag of $6.1 million. So now we have finally arrived at that all-important number 1 spot, and that privilege goes to the 1982 Porsche 956. This racer was a Group C sports prototype racing car built by Porsche in 1982 for the FIA World Sports Car Championship. This car established a record that would stand for 35 years, when Stefan Beloff drove the 956 around the Nordschleife of the Nürburgring in a record-breaking time of 6 minutes 11.3 seconds. With a 5-speed gearbox and a progressive injection system and 2.6-litre turbo engine, the 956 achieves the power output of 620 horsepower. Its unique aerodynamics make the racing car a true success story. Thanks to the strong downforce produced by the car's underbody tunnel, drivers of the 956 reach record-breaking cornering speeds on the racetrack. The ground effect allows a speed of just under 220 miles per hour to be measured on the Mulsanne Straight. The sight of flames bursting out of the side exhaust is truly a sight to behold. For all you budding racers out there, this beauty would set you back a cool $10,120,000. That just about wraps up our list of 10 most valuable Porsches, and it seems like the older racers are the more expensive of all Porsches. Not quite what most of us expect when we think of a flashy Porsche. Most people think of the celebrities with the brand new models, but it seems the older models are worth so much more. What do you think of the prices of some of these magnificent vintage race cars? Wouldn't you love to be a vintage racer? Which motor would you choose to take on the racing track? Why not let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, give us a like. If you want to see more top quality videos on all things automotive, be sure to hit that subscribe button and you'll get the latest videos straight to your mailbox. Thanks for watching.